Well, look, it's going to be spectacular. I think the two games, they're going to be. It's a really tight game, Nicole. I genuinely think Arsenal can do this. I really, really do. Look, I watched them against Palace last week, 6 days ago, which was bizarre because they were kind of tiptoeing around the game with respect a little bit. They were kind of protecting themselves, and it felt like they were holding back. Even the supporters, the atmosphere in Arsenal has always been really good over the last few years. Even that one was a little bit lower key on the night. Everything seemed like all geared up for tonight, Ali. Everything.
It's funny, Andy, isn't it? I mean, it's funny. Yeah. I mean, you would talk about it and you would say the right things and you would say, we've got league campaign to finish and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. But I know, the manager knows at the back of your mind, you've got a European Champions League semi-final ahead, which effectively is your season.
Yes.
Because you're never catching Liverpool, right? You're going to qualify once again for the Champions League. So as much as you would probably say the right things, it's a game, a competition for places. It's amazing, isn't it, mate? Psychologically, in your head, there's a bit of self-preservation for a big game.
Correct. And PSG, we've seen them so many times this season. They've been so good. I mean, the two games against Liverpool, they were incredible. But for that 20-minute second half against Villa, at Villa Park that night, they started so well. I feared for Villa after 20 minutes. I really did. I thought it could end up a real problem for them. But then, you know what? In the second half, they did wobble and they were on the ropes a little bit and they were hanging on just for a spell. So that's the first time we've seen them a little bit like that in the Champions League.
I think you're right, mate.
I genuinely think, Ali, that Arsenal, they haven't got to go crazy in winning it tonight.
I'm with you, mate.
They haven't got to go mad winning it tonight.
I was talking to a couple of Arsenal lads yesterday and they're talking about, obviously they've got carried away with the Real Madrid result at home.
Yes.
And they're saying, if we take a 2-0, it'll see if we can sneak us. By the way, if you take a draw, see if you're still in the game, go there still in the game, give yourself a chance, mate. I mean, it's absolutely massive. So, we're looking at 2 weeks on from dumping out holders Real Madrid. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal welcome PSG to the Emirates for the first leg of their semi-final. What a match and prospect, mate. The last time, the Gunners reached this stage. It didn't end too well, though. Ronaldo, Rooney and co. destroyed them. 3-1 in North London. I can remember it, to book a date with Barcelona and Rome. Ahead of this one, though, Arteta, he reckons everyone is ready for the biggest game the Emirates has ever seen, he said.
It does, and you sense it. You sense the energy, the enthusiasm. That is something unique. Probably one of the biggest games that the Emirates have seen since we built it. And full of energy, enthusiasm, and can't wait to play the game tomorrow.
It's a funny one, Andy. I don't see PSG being different home or away in the way they play.
Absolutely right.
I agree with you totally. I mean, they were put under some serious pressure. Incidentally, I always had a good goalie, but I had a wee kind of question mark about their goalie, Donnarumma, right?
Yeah.
But I thought he was excellent.
Brilliant, wasn't he?
Birmingham, mate, wasn't it? I thought he was absolutely terrific, mate.
He did make some amazing saves that night. I did exactly the same. I've always, because he's such a giant of a bloke, sometimes those shots in and around his feet or those close to him, close either side to him, might give him a bit of a problem. On the night against Villa in Villa Park, Ali, he was brilliant. He made some fantastic block stops. The save he made for Marcus Rashford when he dipped inside and hit it really hard as well, was a belter with his left hand. That was a great save. Look, listen, they've got a lot of very, very good players. They are such an effective team, PSG. But I think that performance in Madrid that Arsenal gave, albeit against a Madrid team that are all over the place at the moment by their very high standards, I still think that gives them enormous confidence to think if tonight they do finish one apiece or something like that, they can still go to Paris next week with the full backing that they can get it done, that they could go there and win. I don't think they have to go there with 2 or 3, because I've read lots of things.
Andy, I'm totally with you, mate. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah,
I think you just stay in the game, make sure you stay in the game, and you give yourself a chance. Listen, I know you've got to say they battered Liverpool and they battered Villa at home, and Alisson gave arguably the best goalkeeping performance certainly this season.
Yes,
might be one of the best goalkeeping performances I've seen
for
in
years.
a long time.
Yeah,
but Liverpool managed to find a way to win the game. You know, so if you stay in the game, the other thing I was going to say to you as well, we're talking about Arsenal, you know, a bit of self-preservation. What PSG the exact same, Andy. Friday, I couldn't believe that result on Friday.
Got done 3-1, was it? 2-1?
Ah, you're right, 3-1 Beneath at home. And I'm looking at their team, and it's up front, there's Doué, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Neves played, Vitinha played, Fabian Ruiz played, Hakami, Mendes. I mean, it was their team.
Yeah, they're all out there, weren't they?
You're not going to tell me they've got the same thing. They've got the league job done, and they've got an eye in tonight, mate. Absolutely massive for both sides. I tell you what I will say, Andy, I mean, what should PSG, and I do agree with you totally, the 25 minutes of Villa put them under pressure, was a tough period for them. It's tough, but I still think their performances, particularly at home in the 2 games against Liverpool and Villa were as good as anything I've seen from a PSG team in the last 5, 6, 7 years, mate.
Absolutely agree with that. I mean, the thing is, I think European-wise, Ali, they've kind of come up under the radar a bit, and they, domestically, yes. I think we all expected them to win the Ligue 1, and they've won that by 20 odd points, whatever it is, 20 points in front at the minute. But European-wise, I don't think at the start of the season anyone would have absolutely turned around and said PSG will be the team to beat this year. You watch. I don't think anyone would have said that. And some of their performances along the way have been brilliant. And I think their best 2 have been against Liverpool. And they got some really, really good players. They got some top players. They got so much pace. The 2 fullbacks, Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. What about how quick they were? And the positions they get in, Ali, for fullbacks.
Andy, what about their finishing? What about Nuno Mendes finishing? I mean, Hakimi scored obviously at Villa as well, but what about the quality of left backs finishing?
Correct. They are amazing. They've got. I love the way that I think the midfield complement each other better probably than any other midfield we've seen in a competition. Yes. And
the only thing I would say, do you know, that's what I can't wait for? Am I right in saying Partey's suspended? Is he? I think he might be suspended.
Right. I'll double check that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we'll check that. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but we'll kind of a wee check at that. Yeah. But anyway, that's where I think I thought Declan Rice, both games against Real Madrid, Andy, was absolutely terrific. And that is a key area in the game for me.
After we come back off the break, Ali, I'll ask you, and you can have a think about this. Who is the key man? You may have just mentioned him. For Arsenal, but after the break we'll talk about that. It was the key man tonight.
Well, I thought the Real Madrid game in particular, Andy, I thought Rice and Partey, clearly Declan's goals were out of this world, and that's a talking point at home. But seeing the home game, the 2 of them sat, mate, and whatever side Bellingham ran from, the other one picked him up, and he makes late runs into the box.
Yeah.
Did it brilliantly, mate. Absolutely brilliantly. If he came from a kind of left-hand side, Declan would steer him all the way into the box, cover the run. If he came a little bit from the other side, Partey would pick him up. They obviously worked on it really, really well, and I just thought it was really effective, mate. Yeah. But that's a big battle in that area, mate. Brilliant. Can't wait. Okay, we're going to move on. Arsenal fans, give us a call this morning. What a game you boys have got tonight. Arteta has claimed this is the biggest night the Emirates has ever seen. Are you going into it confident PSG about to get the same treatment as Real Madrid? You know the drill, guys. 03717 2233 44. Please give us a call.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.